Hey peeps, how are you? It's Friday. So, today I wanted to just kind of come at everybody on a normal basis and nothing super normal. So regardless of how many subscribers and users I have, I still try to keep these messages flowing because there's so many different people who wisdom has to find, and I'm only one vessel, but I have a big calling, I really wanted to talk a lot about the attacks, because a lot of people don't understand the fourth dimension. They don't understand what is the fourth dimension. They don't understand demonic attacks and possession quarters. Shut up. There's a lot of different things that people are unwilling to talk about, and they're a little bit afraid because of normalcy. I'm just not that person. I'd rather just have it out so that way I don't have affliction. Come on. If you live in Los Angeles, there's this freeway called the 405, and it is the worst freeway in the world. Alright, so back to our message. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because lately I've been challenged. I've been challenged mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I went to the doctor on Tuesday, and basically nothing's wrong with my heart, nothing's off in my blood, nothing, there's, and I've shared with people I already deal with a chronic illness, with the blood immune system, but it doesn't make me who I am. It only makes me triumph over adversity. But then I thought maybe something had maybe declined, and no, everything's perfectly fine. I have the body of a superhuman, allegedly. And as my physician says, I have the heart of a 5-year-old. But I have been suffering a lot of different anxiety and feelings of panic and worry, and I've been trying to figure out if that is because, part of us are very intuitive. We're very into it with a lot of different things. And, sorry for the shaking. And then there's other parts of us who, we just are connected spiritually, so we might feel when something around the world might be going on, or something might be negative that's around us. But I think, if there's this whole talk about the veil is thinning, and the veil basically is what keeps the third and fourth dimensions separated, if you guys didn't know that. What is the fourth dimension? When you go to sleep, that's a fourth dimension. It's when you can't. It's the place where all subconscious and all metaphysical things exist. Quantum physics is fourth dimension. Where's the proof? We don't really have proof. I think that's why we're a truth community, because we're trying to go on this journey to figure it out. But someone years and years ago had made up this whole fourth dimension, third dimension thing. And so we're just going with it. We're actually creating it. But people always say, paranormal things are fourth dimensional. Priests who have to exorcise people who are possessed, that's fourth dimensional. Because you have an entity that's not consciously here at the third, channeling someone or hijacking a physical body of the third and using that body as a host to experience consciousness. So a lot of people don't really get the complete meaning of fourth dimension. So that's like your that's my description to share with you guys. Sorry for all the shush. One more thing. I was checking to make sure that. Alright, so going on to third eye. Now when we talk about third eye, basically we have two conscious eyes, right? And then we have one metaphysical. And so now we have one foot on this side. And you know how they say I have one foot on land and have one in what is that statement? I have 1 foot at sea, 1 foot on land. Well, we have one focus on our consciousness and we have one metaphysical consciousness. So, and the two don't see eye to eye. But we are trying to go on this path of trying to integrate, and that's what lifting the veil is. We are trying to make sense of the internal, and we're trying to bring it forth into a conscious state. I believe we're almost there. I think we might actually be getting close to something, but then a lot of times the media will start accusing us of mental disorder, or they might say mental health issues as a cover-up. Like when you watch these celebrities and musicians go through these times of downward spirals, you often hear them say mental disorder, or you'll see them go to rehab. It just means that because they've been open, their consciousness have been open to such an extreme where they know most of all truths, believe it or not. It's a matter of what they do with those truths. How do they put that into their music? How do they give those messages and whatnot? And then also too, like they have contracts, so their managers are people who are giving them the artistic abstract version of giving the message to other people within that elite group. Those poor, I always feel sorry for people who are musicians and they're signed with major labels, because it's like you have just contracted yourself to do whatever it is that they tell you have to do until that contract is over. Those of us who are in free will, we have an issue because we have been so far into everything, music. There's certain songs that we sing and we don't realize what we're singing into our body, what we're chanting, what we are, inviting into our vessel. So imagine over time, let's say from like 10 years old to, a week ago, you were singing a bunch of songs. And let's say you get to a point of conscious awareness where you're like, wow, I had to free myself from all dark matter, from all dark energy, from all negativity. But then it's like you have sang so many things into your vessel, now you have to figure out how to cleanse yourself. And so something that I've been going through for my whole latest experience, my home is very peaceful. But then lately I've been getting harbored. There's been other feelings and other forces that I feel are mixing in with my positive energy in my own home. So I had to figure out how to safeguard my home and make it that sovereign place that it was when I first moved there. But I know that more we are advancing in our spiritual movement and our divine walk, the more that we're going to be bombarded by these energies. But we always have the victory. We're always strong. We do survive. And I've always been someone to be an aspiration for people that, like, if there's anyone to look up to in this journey or anyone to counterpart with your experiences, it's me. And I look at a lot of you who follow me, and if I see a video you posted and I feel like, okay, I should do the same thing to show support so that we're in this together, then hey, boom. Anyways, I digress. I don't understand the light that I'm seeing but it's pretty cool. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope this video makes sense. I'm just wanting to put this out because we're coming around some times where our mind is starting to get very tricky, where it's starting to tell us things, and we're starting to convince our emotions to believe what we're thinking. And that's why I appreciate my body, because my body and my mind, they operate differently. They don't work together. They don't collaborate. So if my mind is off, but my body detects it, my body will act funny. So I did go to the doctor on Tuesday because I'm like, doc, I think I need a therapist just to balance, the journey and the experience. There's a white dove flying over my car. I just want to make sure that I have one foot on land and I have one foot, in my metaphysical, It's just, you always have to make certain that that you don't get too far off track, because it's easy to do that when you are knowing your truth and you're walking this path, and everything that's out there. How many chemtrail videos do we need to look at? How many, posts about politics do we have to read? Like, there's no truth to politics. There's honesty and there's a coming out of the darkness, but there's nothing here for us. We are here for each other. We purge ourselves out of this. We ignite each other. We spark that light, that fire in each of us that purges us out of this dark, dark world that we've been tricked into. So I'll leave you guys with that message. Have a wonderful day and stay encouraged. Stay positive. If you feel out of alignment of positivity, write it down. Write what you're feeling and why, and then ask yourself if. We usually don't ask that. Like, why am I angry? But if I wasn't angry, or why would this happen to me? I wonder if this wasn't this way, how can my life be different? So really ask yourself a lot of questions and make a character out of your mind, and make sure that character is not integrated with who you are. Your mind isn't who you are. Your spirit is who you are. Your heart is who you are. All right, everybody, take care.